Okay, I have a quick video for you guys today. So Joseph Carlson, excellent finance YouTuber, he just posted this video yesterday about a new, very interesting ETF that he's currently buying into. I encourage you guys to go watch the video if you haven't already, but this is the ETF. It's by BlackRock and it's their Science and Technology Trust, ticker BST. Now, I actually did review this ETF a couple months back on the channel, so this is not my first encounter with this investment. But I've been thinking lately that this ETF would fit in very nicely with my overall strategy. You guys know that I prioritize having a good overall total return, but I like to receive a good portion of this overall return in the form of direct cash flow. I think that's a very powerful thing. In fact, if I come to the income side of the portfolio, BST reminds me a lot of Divo. It has the same basic approach as Divo, which I love, but it gives you exposure to growth and tech names instead. So in this video, we're going to be revisiting BST, comparing it against Divo because, as mentioned, I think there's a lot of overlap between the two in terms of their overall strategy. And finally, I want you guys to leave a comment down below and let me know if you think I should open a position in this investment. And as always, if you guys enjoyed my content, let me know, leave a like, subscribe, helps me out a lot with the algorithm, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's get started. Okay, so the BlackRock Science and Technology Trust, BST, is a perpetual closed-end equity fund. So right here, that's a huge difference between BST and my other ETFs. This is a perpetual closed-end fund. The biggest direct effect on that is that it trades at both discounts and premiums from time to time. The investment objective is providing income and total return through a combination of current income, current gains, and long-term capital appreciation. They can invest in really any securities they want, although they're usually selected for their rapid and sustainable growth potential from the development, advancement, and use of science and/or technology. But here's the juicy part you all came for. So as part of the investment strategy, the trust intends to employ a strategy of writing covered call options on a portion of the common stocks in its portfolio. Now, if you guys been following the channel, you know that sounds exactly like Divo. So Divo is also actively managed, but it focuses on high-quality, large-cap companies with a history of dividend growth. And along with that, it uses a tactical covered call strategy on individual stocks. So on the surface, BST is a tech and growth version of Divo. And if we take a look at the actual holdings in BST, we can confirm this. It's very diversified. There's over 300 holdings at the current moment, but we can see here that software makes up 21% of the portfolio, IT services almost 17%, and semiconductors 14%. And if we just take a look at some of these names, we see things like PayPal, Shopify, Snowflake, Square, Samsung, Activision Blizzard, Roku, some big tech names like Google and Facebook. So to me, this kind of looks a lot like IGV, which is a tech software ETF. I even see a lot of the same names found in the ARK Innovation ETF. Of course, the biggest difference between BST and IGV and the ARK Innovation ETF is this right here. These are the call options they have on various individual equity positions. That's how this technology and growth-focused ETF can generate a yield over 6% right now. And much like Divo, this is not a systematic covered call approach, which has its pros and cons, but it means that the percent of the portfolio that has covered calls on it right now is 28%. And when it comes to my portfolio, I love to have these hybrid ETFs that give you both exposure to equity and price appreciation, as well as enhanced income characteristics with covered calls. And that's exactly what BST is offering. Now, the past year has been really rough for technology stocks, and BST is no exception. And comparing it directly to IGV, we can see how similar the price movements are. But keep in mind, this is just the price appreciation, so this is not factoring in a pretty hefty 6% dividend yield. And that's the main reason why I am a fan of this investment. Technology is extremely volatile, and there are going to be more times like the past year where it's completely flat. And in these situations, at least you have that 7% dividend yield. But if we zoom out, long-term technology tends to do very well, and with BST, you capture a lot of that. Now, there is a pretty major downside of this investment, and that's the expense ratio is 1.09%. So you're paying a lot of money to have exposure to both income and growth. Divo, in comparison, has an expense ratio of 0.54%. In fact, I made a little differences and similarity list right here between BST and Divo. So the similarities, they're both actively managed, and they both have a tactical call writing procedure on a portion of the portfolio. The major difference is just the selection of the equities. Divo is focusing on value, and BST is a growth version. Also, because Divo focuses on value, about half of their dividend is actual dividends, and the other half is option income. With BST, it's mostly option income, and the dividend yield is actually higher with BST due to all of this extra volatility. It helps to boost option premiums. But getting back to the differences, BST has a much higher expense ratio. It's also a closed-end fund versus an open-end fund. But at the current moment, BST has a higher dividend yield and better historical growth. So this is the point in the video that I want you guys to leave a comment down below and let me know if you think I should open up a position in this asset. Of course, I already have divo in my income assets, but I think BST will be a great addition in my growth assets and follow the theme of my portfolio of having great total returns as well as driving cash flow. It has the same basic approach as divo, which I love, but it gives you exposure to growth and tech names instead. So that's going to be it for the video. If you guys are still watching and enjoyed, you guys know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in the next one.